my nose suddenly began to mutate, stretching to an astonishing 100 meters in length. But this was only the beginning. My nose crawled out the window, freely extending itself onto the street. Soon, pedestrians stopped in their tracks, utterly stunned by the bizarre spectacle, and I, too, was shocked. The nose showed no signs of stopping. It kept growing longer and longer. It even crossed the border, reaching the Arctic. A piercing cold blast instantly gave me a chill. As my nose traversed a small village, a farmer mistook it for a giant python. She immediately grabbed a basin of boiling water and poured it over me. I screamed in agony from the scalding heat, yet my nose continued its relentless expansion, crossing oceans. Unexpectedly, children on the shore spotted it, mistaking it for some bizarre sea creature. So the boy picked up a rock and hurled it at my nose, causing it to sink into the sea. I gasped for air, nearly choking on the water. No one knew how long it took, but eventually my nose reached the neighboring country. Fortunately, the minister had received advance notice. The citizens prepared to welcome my nose's arrival. They dressed in their finest attire, eagerly awaiting this marvel. Finally, my nose emerged into the center of the road. The crowd erupted in cheers and offered salt to welcome it. After sniffing a few breaths, I choked and coughed violently. Then, soldiers carefully lifted my nose into the air and solemnly carried it toward the capital. Upon reaching the palace, the king personally stepped forward to award the Medal of Friendship. He nailed it directly onto my nose. To cure my strange affliction, my father dispatched his men to seek renowned physicians. Soon after, 3 veteran soldiers arrived at the palace. They administered a homemade powdered medicine. I began sneezing violently. Unexpectedly, after the sneezing fit, my nose began shrinking rapidly. Before long, it had retracted all the way back to our national border. My father ordered them to cure my ailment immediately. They increased the dosage. But after I took it this time, I sneezed with tremendous force. The entire palace shook violently, and surrounding structures collapsed. Fortunately, my nose retracted back through the window and returned to my face.